What's up, guys? It's your boy Mark, and I'm back with another video, man. And in this video, I will be going over how I caught like an 80 pip move with GU last night, sending out the signal to the group. A lot of people was in profit, and as you can see, I will put it up on the screen. This is what I made trading. This is what I made trading GU. So I'm about to do the whole breakdown and analysis on why I decided to get in for a buy. And as you can see, this was my setup and it hit TP. And this is where I got in. So I'm going to erase this really quick and show you exactly what I did. I'm also going to replay it so you can see what I saw at the moment. So let's go ahead and hit replay. And I'm going to put it here. Actually going to go back a little farther. We're going to come here. Alright, so what I did was, at the moment, I was looking at my pivots. Alright, and I looked and see that it broke a pivot. Every time it breaks a pivot, what it's going to do is come back and test either the 50 or test the next pivot. As you see, I got in here. So what I did was, also my other indication was, okay, it broke the 50 moving average, bounced off of it, and it went back up. So what I did was took me a trend line. Alright, took me a trend line and I just drew it. Gave it some room to breathe, because of course trend lines are not always perfect, but I gave it some room to breathe. I touched this part, and up here I made it a little wider. All right, so I actually went to the hour and moved this a little bit, because if you go to the hour chart, you can see how tight this is on the hour. So actually what I did was gave it some room on the hour at the moment. Because I seen like how it could wick off, but if it broke the trend on the hour, then I was like, okay, cool. So I put my trend line to this pivot, and my actual take profit was on the hour. See, look, GBP TP hit. I had an alert. So what I did was went to the 15, and we got our entry. Now let's go to the daily right quick, guys, before I jump into it. As you can see, this is a uptrend. Bounced off this pivot, bounced off this pivot, bounced off this pivot. Probably want to bounce off this pivot as well. So this is what I did. So let's go to the 15. All right. And actually, this was not my notification for TP, but it did hit my TP here, which was here on the hour. So I think that was for another day. I'm not sure, but I still got an alert. That's weird. But yeah, guys, what I did was drew a trend line off the hour. As you can see, the hour gave it more space, because if you was to put it here, as you see, it broke right here and went up if you would have put it that far. But on the hour, it actually gave it room to, do what it do. Pivot here, so the trend line shouldn't be that close. That's how a lot of people get confused or be like, oh, it's finna here to sell. Give it a little space. So what I did, I'm finna let it play out. I was watching it. I was waiting on a retrace. Like I said, it's always going to break a level and come back to where it was, or if you look to the left, where it done went before. But in this particular case, since we got a trend line, it should bounce off the trend line and not break through it. So as you see, it bounced. Move this a little bit. It bounced off this trend. Boom, we got in right here. Now, if you want to know how did I like set my TP and my stop loss? All right, so like I said, my TP was around here. I was around here. I think when I sent out the signal, it was about 13 or 14, 15 pips. And this was all the way. No, it wasn't up here. Let me go to the hour, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I'm being, and my TP was around here because I seen, I know for a fact it was 80 pips. So yeah, around here because I see that this was the highest it went. Okay, so another thing that you can check out is here. I sent this out in the group chat as well. I'm gonna show you what I said. All right, just so we can be congruent. A lot of people on YouTube, man, they just say whatever, but me, I'm gonna always, keep it a buck with y'all. So here we go. This is what I sent out to the group. Told them guys it was reverse. Can you see that? All right. Told them, hey, it's reverse head and shoulders. Look out for a buy. And that's what I got here. Boom, shoulder, head. This was the shoulder. So I expected it to go up. But it didn't go all the way up here. But it did come up here to where I thought it should go. So let me erase this so we can see. Yeah, let me erase this right quick so we can see actually what it moved. But I just want y'all to see the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder first. But that's how I was also able to catch this move. Just gotta have an eye out for it. So let's go back to the 15 because that's why I took my entry. And we're finna watch it play out. I'm gonna show you guys exactly where I hop in again. After the breakout, once again, it's gonna retrace. So I waited for it to at least come back to test. Okay, and let me stop it right here. I also put another entry right here. That's where all those entries came from. Let me show you guys. So I put like 2 or 3 more entries when it bounced off here, and I already had like 2 or 3 when I entered here, like good lot sizes. So I made a decent amount of money. Here. All right, and boom, like I say, guys, it came here, and I got out. Hit my stop loss. All right. So on the hour, this is where it went the highest on the hour. So let's go to the hour so you can see. See, boom, came back here. So I got out, took profit, and this trade took me about. I got in London session, so I got in about 2 a.m. And I got out this morning around like 9 a.m. All right. So it took a little minute for it to play out. But you just gotta be patient, man. 80 pips, that's a lot, especially if you're using a good lot size, and you'll be good to go. And if you were stacking it the right way, most definitely you will be in a position to, make some really good money. A lot of people would have probably got out. We went to 15. A lot of people probably would have got out here because remember, guys, once it breaks a pivot, once it came up right here, boom, broke it, touched it. So once it breaks a pivot, it's always going to retest the 50 and the 200. That's why I have both of them on. So it broke the 200, it came back to test it. Boom, bounced off this trend, got in, shot back up, boom, 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 got out up here. All right, because once again on the hour, this is the highest it went on the left. So a lot of people would probably got out right here, boom, and missed the whole move. That's why I always say price action is key. So if you just watching it, you will know, okay, it's just testing the trend line or it's testing this pivot. That's why I put my trend line on this pivot, because it's always going to go and test different pivots, because that's where price once went or can potentially go. So boom, test the pivot and bounced off my trend line. We got in, boom, boom, got out. So that's how we caught that little move here. But if you look at this, guys, I was really going to get in here, but I was being patient. What I actually did was took me another trend line, and it looked like this in the beginning. All right, it looked like this in the beginning. Man, I was waiting for it. Right now, to me, it wasn't definite if it was gonna go up or down. So when it broke out, I was like, okay, cool. And it came back down, bounced off. But the reason why we moved this, the reason why I got in is because this already a trend line, right? It's already a trend, and I see that it wasn't trying to break it. So that's why I got in. Boom. My stop loss was super duper tight. That's why I always tell my team, y'all, get in at the lowest point and retrace and just ride it up. So we caught this move, boop, and we out of there. But yeah, it looked just like this before I took the trade. That was the setup. And if you want to see how it play out, this is what it would look like. If you're just trying to basically see what you should do. So if it would have, let's see. If you would have did this right here, if you would have broke out, then we would have went in for a sell. And then, of course, if it broke up above, you're looking for a buy. All right. But always remember, you have to wait for it to break out. So what it did was boom, broke out. I still didn't get in. All right, and I got in right here. And I always tell people, like, you have to be patient and let the trade play out. Just because it broke through, you have to understand after every run, bro, it's going to be a retrace. So get in at the retrace. Do not get in while it's shooting up already. Why? Because if, let's say you would have got in right here, boom, now you negative, or you probably can get out the trade because your stop loss was probably around here because you like, okay, it broke the support I had, right, going down. You like, oh, well, it's about to sell. No. Stick with the trend line, let it come back and retest the lowest point, get in, and you good to go. So it bounced off and it looked just like this. So now I'm looking for it to come back down and test the retest, test the trend line one more time. Boom. Trend line. That's why I didn't add another entry up here, down here, none of that. I knew it was gonna come back and try to test this. Just off of, like I say, experience with trend lines. That's why you give it space. Now, if you was to have it like this, the 1-2 going through or whatever, you know, a lot of traders use, then you probably would have got out right here because it broke the trend line. At the time, it actually looked like it was breaking. But if you go to the hour and give it space, man, you're good to go. Don't have your trend line so tight. And that's why a lot of people don't think trend lines is accurate. They have it too tight. Me, I like to use the pivots as well with the trend line, and we're good to go. So once again, it hit the highest point and I got out in my TP. I was not being greedy. If I was to be greedy, look, this is what it did, guys. It dropped all the way back down, broke the trend. Now, you could have looked for a sale, but once it come back up, then get in for a sale. So like right here, boom, get in for a sale. And out to the races it go. You would have been in profit. So that's all I got for this video, man. I did not take the sell trade though, because like I said, I was holding this trade, boom, caught it, got out. Yeah, so if you like this type of content, man, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. Also click that notification bell. Other than that, I'm out.